I take a lot of interviews at Amazon, and the sad truth is, most of the candidates get rejected. Some of you are really good, and I could tell that from some of your answers. However, overall, you make some mistakes that cost you your dream job. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the top common mistakes I see candidates make so that you can fix them and ace your next interview. Sometimes you don't expect to get a call from companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, etc. And once the recruiter reaches out to you, you are so excited that you are eager to give that interview. However, getting the interview call is not the same as giving a good interview. Listen, sometimes recruiters will reach out to you because they want to make sure we have enough candidates in the pipeline. However, if you do poorly in an interview, you may get blacklisted for 6 months or even 1 year. So even if the recruiter reaches out, that's great, congratulations. Do not commit to the interview till you are ready. You can always say you are delivering a critical lighthouse project in your current company that is going to enhance your body of work, and you are going to reach out to the recruiter after that project is done. If the recruiter reached out to you for an interview now, even after a month, you will still be eligible. It's better to be prepared and give a better interview than just jump into the interview and give a bad one. And the fact of the matter is, you cannot wing any of these big company interviews. You really have to prepare. To quote my favorite musical, Hamilton, do not throw away your shot. Which brings me to the second point. Do not ignore the rules of the game. Yes, I'm specifically talking about the star format. What if you give a great answer in your behavioral round, but it is not in the star format? Unfortunately, Amazon and other big tech companies are pretty clear about this. You are supposed to give the answers in the star format, and we, the interviewer, are expected to take notes in the star format as well. So after your interview, when all of the interviewers go in the debrief and discuss your answers, we actually talk about the situation you talked about, the task, the action, and the results. Listen, I know it sucks, but the recruiters also tell you that, hey, study in the star format and say your answers in the star format in the behavioral round. So unfortunately, if let's say you give one answer without the star format and another candidate gave equivalent answer in a star format, the other candidate will be preferred. The rules of the games are laid out. Either you blame the game and sit on the sidelines, or you jump in and win, and that's what I want all of you to do. If you are liking these tips, subscribe to my free weekly newsletter where I share more tips like this with actual question answers from the interview, career switch tips, as well as the latest technology and cloud trends. I'll give the link in the bottom. Mistake number 3, and this is probably the biggest mistake I see. I know this because I take mock interviews of my students. Often, when I am conducting a mock interview, the other folks who are watching, they will say, "These questions are easy, Raj. I know the answers to all of this." But then, when they are in the hot seat themselves, they mess up the answers. Learning and memorizing the concepts and speaking them are controlled by two different brain functions. Knowing the answer is not the same as saying the answer. For that reason, you must practice, and practice. Your willingness to win must match your willingness to prepare. So at this point, almost all the questions are common knowledge. Like if you go to Glassdoor or Google the technical interview questions, you will probably see the same questions coming up over and over. So why do most of the candidates fail? It's because even if you know the question, because you have not practiced, they don't come out properly. You miss the key points, you cannot answer the follow-ups, so on, so forth. In an interview, you will get some questions which you do not know. For that reason, you must knock out the questions that you know the answer of out of the park. And which brings me to another key factor. You must be delighting the interviewer and not just meeting the standards. The competition is fierce. So let's say I ask you, hey Mr. Candidate, how will you make your application scalable for a big traffic day? Every candidate will say, I will configure an auto-scaling group and I will create a load balancer to distribute traffic. Guess what? This is just meeting the standards, right? Because at this point, everyone knows about those things, even my grandmother. But if you talk about scheduled scaling, hibernation of virtual machines, RDS proxy, lightweight AMI, caching, etc., then you set yourself apart from the pack and increase your chance of getting the job. So this is what you should do. Like I said, at this point, if you Google interview questions, you probably have the list. So think about those questions and think what additional nuggets of wisdom or what things you could say to separate yourself from others. So honest question to you guys and girls. Do you think you have made any of these mistakes? And if yes, which one have you done? Let us know in the comments. Also, what is another mistake you realized you have done after an interview? Put it in the comments so others can see and fix it so that we all get great jobs and prosper. Alright, that's it for this one. I'll see you guys and girls in the next video. Bye.